Yo, what's going on, guys? NO.1 here. Today I'm going to be doing a cut com. I realized how much you guys like them from yesterday's cut com. Or was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. The day before I did a cut com, and it got a lot of likes and also a lot of views as well. And people are actually messaging me afterwards saying how much they enjoyed the cut com. So, I thought today, I've got a topic to do a cut com about. So, why not do it instead of putting it in a commentary? So for today's cut com, as you can probably tell from the title of the video, is on Infinite Warfare. Now, I know this has been a widely talked about topic, and it is something that I want to discuss, as I suppose it is mainly what my channel is based on. Now, this is quite a big topic, especially in the Call of Duty community, of course, because it is literally about Call of Duty itself. However, the problem is that a lot of pro players have decided to move towards Modern Warfare Remastered. Not all of them, just a lot of them prefer it over it. And I've seen a lot of tweets going around for the big pro players. Those of you that don't know, pro players are basically professional players that play Call of Duty for a living competitively, like I do. However, they are very, very good at the game, and they go to things like LAN events and they compete for a lot of money. Either way, a lot of these players have been playing Modern Warfare Remastered over Infinite Warfare. Now, you guys are probably like, well, Neon, how does that affect Call of Duty? They're still playing a different Call of Duty. Even if it is just Call of Duty itself that they're still playing, it's still a Call of Duty. However, believe it or not, that does actually greatly impact the game, because these guys are playing games that's like 7-8 years old. I think Modern Warfare Remastered is 8 years old, and I can see why. It's because they believe that this game is actually nowhere near as good as Modern Warfare Remastered. And even though I kind of do agree with them, Modern Warfare Remastered is a great game, and Call of Duty has been changing a lot over the last few years, especially with this Call of Duty. I mean, look outside, guys. We're literally on Jupiter. No, we're not even on Jupiter. I can see Jupiter, but we're actually on Europa, which is Jupiter's moon, and there's ice everywhere. You won't find any place like this on Earth. Not like this. Maybe, I suppose you could go to the Arctic, but you won't be able to get that view of that planet. However, the issue with all these pro players, kind of viewing the game in a bad light has also led to a lot of controversy between the community itself. People are kind of edging away from Call of Duty, and I know that it's not my place to say, oh, you guys shouldn't be playing Modern Warfare Remastered, you should be playing the new Call of Duty. Of course, play whatever you want. It's just a game at the end of the day. However, it does very deeply impact Call of Duty, as people are starting to play less and less of it, and eventually, if it keeps going this way, it is going to die out. Now, let's think of a few of the reasons why Infinite Warfare could be dying. When I say dying, I basically mean it's getting less popular. People aren't wanting to play it as much as other Call of Duties, as we've seen with Modern Warfare Remastered. As I'd say the community is pretty split now. Half the people play Infinite Warfare, and half the people play Modern Warfare Remastered. There's people that play just one or the other of the games. I'd say I play way more Infinite Warfare than Modern Warfare Remastered, but that's only because I want to get good at it, and I don't actually mind the game too much, but I can see a few areas where people are getting angry at the game and why they are actually disliking it. Now, I'd say that one of the main reasons, and it is a very popular reason amongst the new Call of Duties. Actually, there's two of these popular reasons. One of them being supply drops. Supply drops are milking the game. They are killing the game. It's giving players unfair advantages on the game purely because they've spent extra money on it. Now, I know it's not that bad, because variants in this game don't actually make anywhere near much of a difference as Advanced Warfare did. However, it still does make a bit of a difference. For example, Reaver Machete, if he had a normal Reaver, he might not kill me, but that Reaver Machete gave him faster fire rate, which probably helped him a lot to kill me. Now, this means that, Call of Duty is basically taking people's money just so they can get better at Call of Duty. Someone that's not so good might want to, buy supply jobs, or just so they can get better guns so they can do better in game. Now, I really don't agree with that, and I know that a lot of other people do not agree with that as well. I'm not the only one, and I think that supply jobs should be purely cosmetically based. Now, I know there is a bit of a counter-argument to this, because there is a thing called salvage now, where you can actually craft your own guns. So if there is a gun that you think is really good, then you can actually, there isn't a random chance of getting it out of a supply drop. You can actually craft the gun yourself now, instead of just hoping to get out of a supply drop. However, personally, I feel that they should just not have included variants in the game anyway, as it's very different to what Call of Duty used to be. Another reason that people do not like this Call of Duty... Oh my god, I just saved myself there. Okay, right, carry on. A lot of people believe that is broken, especially in the competitive community, and that's because the guns in this game are ridiculous. You can afford to just use an OSA and a K-bar for the whole of your team. Each one uses either an OSA and a K-bar, and you can get away playing competitive with using no subs, and you will still win, as the subs in this game are really bad. Now, it was actually okay in the beta, however, they decided to change it for some reason, and a lot of people would be mad at that, as they decided to take aim assist off subs, which really impacted them. Because that meant, like, the K-bar and the OSA are actually better than the sub-machine guns at close range and at long range because they are assault rifles. Now, the problem with ARs being better than subs means that they can actually just get away with not using any whatsoever, which really heavily impacts the sub players in this game that, you know, just want to use sub-machine guns. You know, as you do, you want a bit of variety in the game. You don't all want to be using the same category of weapons. Same as how some people like to snipe. Now, that has put a lot of sub players, especially like a pro player known as Scump, off. Like, he prefers playing Modern Warfare Remastered, probably just because of the fact of the, like, but it's not just one factor. All of these factors, guys, that I'm mentioning do actually all come together to help contribute to people, like, not liking this game. However, another major issue with the game is the fact of the maps. The maps themselves are not nice maps, and I can't really describe why. There's no physical reason why these maps aren't as nice. But the way that they are laid out and the way the hills work when you come to Hardpoint and maybe some of the bomb sites in Search and Destroy, they just do not feel nice to play. There's nothing that I can say like, this is wrong, this is wrong. They just don't feel nice. There's no physical way of saying what's wrong with them. They're just not nice maps. There's not really much I can go into detail with them, as I think a lot of people agree with me that the maps in this game aren't that nice. I mean, there are a few ones that I don't mind. Like, actually, the one that I'm on now, I don't actually mind this map. It's not that bad of a map, Mayday, but like, the problem with it on Search and Destroy is I'd say A-bomb, which is directly smack bang in the mid-map, has got so many places where you can get killed from. It's really difficult to plant, meaning that everybody just goes to B-bomb over here. So it's kind of like, there's not much variety with the bomb sites. You're pretty much forced to go to B, unless you have a complete lockdown mid, which is incredibly difficult to get. Another reason that people don't like the game, along with all these other reasons, is the fact that spawns on a hardpoint are broke. Because of this, people do not want to play like what is the #1 game mode in competitive. And when you take hardpoint and you break it, that really impacts the Call of Duty, because I'd say that is the most favoured game mode in private match. Like, it has to be either that or Search and Destroy. And Search and Destroy in this game isn't much better either, purely because of the maps and the way the bombs are set out. And also the way that the game plays is very fast paced. Now, I don't mind Hardpoint too much, but there are maps where the spawns are incredibly messed up and you never spawn near your teammate. They're always what we call split spawns. That means that people like spawn either side of the hardpoint instead of spawning in a group with their teammates where they can make a push. That means that if like someone like could be holding a hardpoint down really, really well, however, they purely because they've killed the enemies and they spawn in separate locations, they are in the perfect place to pinch the hill from both sides. And you automatically can't hold it unless you absolutely outslay the team. You're very likely to have that hill broken, and there's nothing that you can do about it, purely because of the way that they have spawned. And they can be very difficult to predict. For example, in Black Ops 3, I was an anchor role, meaning that I try and control spawns for my team. I try and give us the best spawns possible for the hill. But the problem with being an anchor on this team is they're so heavily influenced by people flanking and the spawns which are just already broken. It is very difficult to anchor in some hills. Actually, not some hills. I'd say most hills. Like, there's literally only a couple of hills in this whole game that I can actually anchor and hold the spawns for. Not because I'm a bad anchor, but because of how broken spawns are. Now, I do understand that, like, this game is pretty new, and it's still got a long way that it can go, and I know that in a few days there is actually going to be a patch coming out that's going to hopefully fix most of the spawns and guns, which will make a big difference, but the problem is that I don't think this can be fixed. I think that a lot of this Call of Duty, people are always going to dislike it just because of the fact that it's got exos, or whatever you want to call them, boosters, or just for the fact that I am literally like wall running next to whatever the hell this thing is over here, and like I'm literally attached into a wall and not falling on the floor, and I think that's the main reason why people don't like this game. Now, I know I've just said so much negative about this game, because I mean, that's always the easiest thing to do, isn't it, in a game that you like, pick out the negative, but there are lots of positives of this game. Like, I do like the pace of it, and I do kind of like how it plays. It is different to a lot of the other Call of Duties, but I think a lot of players are going to learn to adapt, and I myself have learned to adapt, and I do actually quite enjoy this game, especially as you play as a team. I do not like playing public matches, and I can see why public players will want to like go to other Call of Duties like Modern Warfare Remastered, where public matches are very fun. I have to say, I do enjoy playing a little bit of Modern Warfare Remastered pubs. So that's pretty much concluded this video today, guys. I know it's been more of like a rant kind of video than a positive one. I just really wanted to get this video out there and like release my views on like what I think Infinite Warfare needs to do or how it could improve. It's probably been quite a long video. I always underestimate how the length of these videos, but you guys seem to enjoy these cut comms, so if you guys did enjoy this, then please slap that thumbs up button. I know that it's like a little bit different from the cut comms that I normally do. It's not normally as deep as that, and I don't go in depth with the actual Call of Duty. Normally it's about separate topics that are trending at the time, but I thought, you know what, why not make a video on the game that I play like nearly every single day and make YouTube videos on, or put not always on. Sometimes I do cut comms and just talk about random topics and put in the background. But anyway, it's been Neon Cod, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.